Happy Friday, guys. It's April 11th, 2025, and today we're going to do your love death reading. Instantly, the Nine of Cups wants to make an appearance. So, you guys are definitely in this state of just really honestly just kind of pleasantly waiting for Nine of Cups again with the Page of Pentacles. So, yeah, you guys are just very grounded right now at this time. Definitely dealt with some, heartache, heartbreak in the past. But let's take a look, if you have someone on your mind, we're going to take a look at the energies in terms of the overall energy in the connection. And then I'll pull a love and a death card for you and your person. And we'll see what the cards say. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. I think you're working on your pentacles at this time. There's definitely a shift in terms of what you're doing right now versus what it is that you want to be doing. Yeah, something that brings you joy. I think you're kind of overworking wherever you are right now. You're just having to deal with what was the word I was looking for? Having to deal with corporate politics, if you will. And look, there's that page wanting to pop up, whoever it is that you walked away from. So I can say that they are thinking about you. I just happened to see the Justice as I was shuffling as well. Whoever this person is, they just can't gain access to you. So, with the Nine of Cups, like I said, you guys are definitely looking. It's like you just understand, like, you're in such a better headspace now. You're just, wanting to just you're just kind of done with the energies that no longer serve, and you're starting to realize and just kind of cultivate your energy at this time. So you have the Knight of Wands coming in as the overall energy in the connection. The Nine of Cups in the reverse is coming in for your love. 10 of Wands for your death. The Chariot for their love, and the Six of Wands for their death. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like I said in the beginning, so bottom of the deck here, essentially I take this as the overall energy or the underlying energy of the reading. So you guys are definitely working on your craft at this time. But, you're really a person, when it comes to your work and what you put out, you're all about quality and high standards. You may work in have worked in the quality department in the past, or maybe that's kind of what you're leaving. Essentially working in like corporate quality, if you will. But you have expertise, mastery, commitment, dedication. So this just really represents, guys, that it represents your mastery, or the fact that you are learning new skills or honing a new craft. And, it's like, we saw the Nine of Cups in the upright earlier. This is just confirming that you guys are more than capable of building a career that brings both emotional and financial satisfaction. Okay, and so this is a positive sign to follow through with your goals. Yeah, and I like how here in the, you can kind of see, right? You can take that as the corporate workplace back there, the castles. But, your back's turned to that now. Your back's turned to that, and I really think you're going to do something that brings you more joy. Or just brings you a sense of alignment, essentially. Okay, So very nice, very, very good there. Now let's take a look. Okay, so one major arcana here in the reading, which is coming in as your person's love, the Chariot in the reverse. The Knight of Wands right off the bat, it does represent, speed as well as an offer, okay? So I do feel that it's but interestingly, because I don't know that at first I was going to say, I felt, maybe this person's coming towards you, but then I'm like, well, I don't really feel that. But yeah, with the Chariot here in the reverse, maybe this is someone that just you're essentially very attracted to. The Knight of Wands really just represents adventure, guys, but also pursuit. So it's like, maybe you're pursuing this person, because again, with the Chariot in the reverse coming in as their love, I mean, it's possible they are coming toward you, but I don't know. I don't think so. Let's dig in a little bit more here. So really this is energy of charging ahead, okay? So, I feel like that you guys are very fearless, courageous lovers, okay? So probably ones to make the first move. And you can be difficult to commit, but take that as it resonates. But this card is also speaking to embracing spontaneity and fearlessness, so I don't know, maybe this person is perhaps a little, I feel that they're a little bit more shy than you, if you will. So you're more of the go-getter and they're just a little bit more reserved when it comes to their love. Okay. Now you're coming in as the Nine of Cups, okay, in the reverse for your love. It's interesting that we saw this at the beginning of the reading in the upright. The fact that it's coming in the reverse love, or, reversed in love, this can speak to just you guys feeling like, and typically it's like the majority of relationships you've been in have essentially lacked the emotional connection, that you're wanting to attract into your life. You could feel that you've been in a majority like superficial relationships, guys. Now, the thing here is this could speak to inner work being needed. Okay, let's just let's see what else wants to come out with the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, the Tower. It did come out more so on its side, so it's like, while you're in the right energy of attracting what it is you want, but I think in the area of love, this is speaking to perhaps, trying to avoid having to look into that part of your life, right? In terms of, well, why do you feel like you're in a string of superficial relationships where that you've yet to really have a really emotionally fulfilling connection with someone? What else do we need to know? The Hanged Man. So while you're in, again, because of that Nine of Cups, it showed itself a couple times in the beginning. It's like you're on the right path of manifestation, but there is something that you still just kind of, the Hangman, we can take this as speaking to like a period of suspension. of even waiting. Sacrifice. Like maybe you're sacrificing yourself emotionally because you don't want to look at something. So essentially overall in the area of love, guys, it's like I just kind of think you've put it to the back, right? Like on the back burner. You're not giving any attention or focus into this area of your life. So I don't know who this is that I feel like you're interested in someone who's a little bit, again, more reserved, or at least, I just feel maybe this person's unsure, again, kind of like yourself, they're unsure in the area of love or relationship or however that looks, but you're just gonna have to wait. Kind of wait this out, guys. I pulled the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse for like basically advice in this situation. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, typically, really what that's speaking to is like a period of bad luck. So I feel like it's like you're just gonna kind of have to ride the wave. Ride the wave out, understanding that whatever's been affecting, your mindset, your mental, your 3D, these could essentially be due to external events, okay, that are, essentially out of any one of our controls, right? But yeah, so essentially it's like you just kind of feel like your love life is out of control, and just guys, just don't try to cling, okay, to the illusion of control. Perhaps in this turn of the wheel, the lesson is to let go and release, and essentially you're going to need to wait for the wheel to turn in your favor, okay? But again, I just kind of feel like I don't know. Like you even put yourself on the back burner, like took yourself off the market, because it's like you're just kind of over it at this time. But I don't know. I don't know who this person is on your mind. Okay. So very interesting, guys. I've yet to really get a reading in like that, in terms of you guys are really, struggling in the area of love here. Let's look at your Death card, the Ten of Wands reversed. Essentially, guys, what has been leading to the ending of these, past few romantic connections you've been in is just feeling that like there was either too much responsibility, like just too much energy to handle, or that you were literally on the cusp of like collapse and breakdown. So, I don't know what kind of relationships you've been in, but take that if it resonates. And just as we talked about in the beginning, guys, this speaks to finding emotional support from partner. Like in this case, it's just, again, not having that intimate, emotional intimacy, essentially, that you've been looking for. And that ultimately is what will break a relationship, okay? If you don't feel that emotional, that you can find emotional support in your partner, it's over. You need to feel like you can work with a team with someone, like you can share responsibilities and delegate tasks if needed, and your person's going to be there for you. You know, so I think you've gotten to the point where you understand that life is not even just life, but all areas. Like, that life is not, especially like relationships, are not supposed to like wear you out. And it's not like a relationship should not be like something that, I lost what I was going to say. Like, it's not all about grinding, like, even like you said, like, you don't want to like work yourself to the brink of like exhaustion. So if you feel that with that, just trying to emotionally get close to someone, I think at this point you've understood, and that's why the Nine of Cups was showing up in the beginning, in the upright, to indicate that you're starting to, again, you're starting to see clearer. Okay, during whatever this period of suspension is, I mean, something happened, guys. It definitely, if I can pick up the Tower, something completely rocked your world here. Whatever the Three of Swords is that we saw, and right now you're literally just waiting. You're literally just you just suspended yourself essentially. And I think you really are just waiting for this wheel to pass. But again, whoever this person is, it's like, I don't think you're expecting to run into them. Now, as I look over again at the Eight of Pentacles, perhaps this is someone that you've seen around the workplace, or, not that you necessarily work like side by side, but that, take that as it resonates. But I'm kind of starting to like, now the energies are starting to get clearer, but, I was really concerned here, but it's not so bad, guys. You guys are really, the energies are starting to ease here. So, and again, if most certainly, if this is someone that is at the workplace, and perhaps if they may, I'm getting the feeling that if it's like they could possibly feel the same way as you, but they're obviously, it's a workplace situation, so perhaps they may want to certainly come towards you, but let's see. If this is someone at the workplace, then obviously they feel that they're at the mercy of opposing forces, right? And they cannot seem to muster the strength to make a move or to ask you, out. So I don't know if you've, but the energy, guys, still, I definitely now am picking up. It's like, yes, their energy is, they want to approach you, but this could also, take this as it resonates, this could indicate someone who really kind of just doesn't has a lack of control and direction in their life overall. So as you get to know this person, you should, again, take it as it resonates. This could even speak to perhaps someone who's obsessed with finding love. But again, let's just see here too. Let's put a little extra on the Judgment card, guys. I really think this is someone at the workplace, and they're just worried about the judgment calls that could be made upon them if they were to approach you. And that'll really resonate, of course, if you do work in a, because not all companies are the same, but then there are some companies where you're they explicitly state pretty much not to date, I don't know, in the workplace or something, or that you can't work with family or whatever the case. They may even wonder if how you would judge them if they were to approach you, especially if this is someone in the workplace. Well, what would they, what would he, she think if I asked them out, So this person could be born on October 10th. Maybe May 2nd. So there's something holding them back here, guys. That's essentially, there's something holding them back from approaching you. It's almost like I was seeing like the paint by numbers. Like the more you paint, like the more you read through, it's like it all starts, like the bigger picture. Like now I start to see all the energies here. But I would say, nonetheless, you guys want to come toward each other. The energy's hot here. You know, the energy is spicy. But let's just see if there's anything else we can find out. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they seem to be, you know, hardworking, you know, diligent in terms of what they do for, you know, whatever department they work in, for example. But this really speaks to the potential for success, right? So this person is very, and I can see that here. I've been looking at it with the Six of Wands. They're very, you know, they really revel in their successes and their victories. You know, they, it seems here that they're very supported, you know, by their team. This person could be also, you know, in a position of leadership in the workplace, you know, to where they have direct reports. But, you know, but this person is, how can I say, you know, very revered is not the word I'm looking for, but very, you know, just very respected, guys, very well respected. So yeah, this is definitely a workplace thing. Okay. Now let's take a look. I mean, their Six of Wands is coming in, or the Six of Wands is coming in as their death. So right off the bat, I'm feeling that if, for them, the end of a connection is going to be anyone basically who tries to get in the way of their victories and their successes, guys, you know, because this is a, you know, leadership quality type person. And we talked about you maybe working in the quality department. So I don't know, question mark, do y'all work in the quality department, maybe in different groups or something to that effect? You know, but yeah, this is really about recognition and praise, guys. And the Six of Wands represents achievement, you know, public recognition, and very much so self-confidence. So it's a very self-confident person. And they let their light shine bright, you know, and they're confident sharing their achievements with the world. So for them, you know, they want success at love, and they want to, you know, they have that. It's like where I feel like you're not focused on this. They're definitely attracting in a successful love here, guys. You know, something that they can basically, you know, they want to fulfill that relationship goal. But on the other hand, I feel like you're still kind of like, you know, you're still dealing with stuff, and that's the thing, you know. You really want to make sure that whatever the situation is here, you know, whether that's this, you know, let this period of uncertainty pass until you feel like you're in a much more grounded spot. And I think I spoke to you earlier saying, I think I said that you guys, that your energy is grounded. Yeah, when I was talking about the Nine of Cups. It's just in this specific area here of love. I hope you guys can see all the cards. I tried to lower the phone a little bit more, but but you guys have your eyes on each other, so, you know, I guess let's see what the overall advice is, guys. Okay, so very interestingly, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. The Two of Cups really speaks to partnerships, okay? What I'm going to go with, first of all, what I feel right off the bat, which is essentially that, it's like I was saying earlier, you guys, you know, whatever the situation is here, if you really do have your eyes on this person, while this represents speed and an offer, and maybe you're more of a go-getter, maybe you thought, hey, I'm going to approach this person, but guys, I think essentially wait for this, I just said it, wait for this period of misfortune or whatever the case is, of these external events to pass, But also, again, there was a little bit of inner work, talk of inner work needed here. So essentially it's like, guys, don't make a move, or don't, even if this person were to engage you, take it super slow. Like, it's not to say that you have to like say absolutely no, but just be like, yeah, I just I'm just in a really busy period. How about, maybe we can look for getting together a few weeks out from now, or something to just give you time. So what I feel like, it's not that it's saying that you guys, like, it's not saying, oh, like, what I'm getting from this is like, oh, like you and this person wouldn't be compatible. It's more so, if you were to approach this person in this, with the energy essentially of still needing to heal from a past relationship, right, for example, or whatever the case, that it could possibly, it's just that the energy is here for the Two of Cups in the reverse, which speaks to relationship imbalance, possibly codependency, especially if you guys, if that resonates, where you feel like you may have had dealt with attachment issues and, upon breakups, or, however it resonates, okay? So, you want to make sure that you guys don't get rejected, essentially, right? And because, you still have work to do. It's like, you don't want to put this person into a situation where they're having to then reflect on whether this connection is, whether this connection is ultimately fulfilling for them or not, right? So I hope I explained that clearly enough, but yes, I would definitely, I was like, what? Oh, I was like, what was the advice card? Yeah, the Two of Cups. All right, my friends. Yeah, for sure. Because if this again, nothing is gonna pass us by, guys. If whatever the situation is, if this person is meant to be, it will be, type of thing, okay? But I just, you don't want to self-sabotage here. So if those messages resonate with you, where you feel like you may still need a little bit of, which, the inner work, guys, we saw the Three of Swords, right? So I mean, it's, that may not resonate for all of you, but for those of you, that still need to kind of clear the energies of this past hurt or connection or situation or person, all that, then definitely take the time before getting into entertaining another energy, and then really waiting. If you feel like you've kind of removed yourself a little bit, and you've just kind of been in this period of waiting and just kind of working on yourself, on your career, and all that stuff, there's no need to rush, essentially, is what I'm saying. So just take your time, feel the energies, and I wish you guys well. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.